Welcome to Stocking the Pantry with Hal. It's a series of videos, articles, and my ramblings produced in cooperation with the Point Defiance Ruston Senior Center. Our goal is to provide information and resources to help everyone to be better prepared and reduce food waste. So let's get started. Today I'd like to share one of the handy gadgets that I use for food preservation. It's a very simple way to be able to turn something like these frozen grapes that I grew last summer into this beautiful grape juice that's useful for making jams, jellies. You can also use it to make wine, which I've done many occasions. So this is actually a fairly old piece of technology. All the best ones are stainless steel. We'll have a link in the description to look at Amazon and compare different makes. They're all different kinds of prices, and there's several different sizes. This is one of the smaller ones. And it's made up of 3 parts. So the top part is basically like a steamer basket. You can see that it's perforated with a lot of holes, and the fruit goes into it. The second part's a little bit different in that it's got a cone inside, and the heat of the steam breaks down the cells and it collects the juice in here, and it really doesn't add that much water to it. You can see that it also has a hose that comes attached, and when the fruit is juiced and it's collected there, you just release and you can fill. Any kind of container or jar, or what I like to do is process a lot of it and then store it overnight and the next day water bath can it. Or you can just run it straight into a jar or a container and collect it and use it fresh later. The bottom part is just a container for the water. So into it, and every one of them is a little bit different. This one you put in about 1.5 quarts to start with. And then you put in the basket. And this is just a little bit for demonstration purposes, but then you just put the fruit in and you just make sure it's washed, stems removed, but you don't have to chop it up much. Apples, bigger things like that, but you can leave the peel on if it's been washed. And then you just put it on the heat and the water begins to boil, steam comes up, breaks the cells, and collects the juice. All right, now this is a second steam juicer that I had set up earlier to run a batch so that we didn't have to wait, because it does take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. And you can see what the grapes turn into. They're basically mush. And I get questions all the time about, well, the fruit that you use, can you reuse it for something else? And really, because the juice has been extracted, it's all pretty bland. So it's really pretty much just good for compost, in my opinion. And then the juice is collected in here. And then when you're ready, you just let it begin to fill. And gravity is our friend. Now this is a little bit different than the other closure that came with it. That's good and it works okay, but I like to go to an automotive store and buy one of these adjustable fuel line clamps, because then you can control the speed in and out. And so we have pretty much almost 1.5 quarts of grape juice which I am not going to bother to can, but I'm going to take it home, put it in other containers, and freeze it. And so these things are really worthwhile. They can be anywhere from $60 to, well over $100. But if you have a bunch of folks that you can with, it's worth it to go in together and buy one. So happy juicing. Thank you for sharing this time with us. If you'd like more information about the Center for Food Preservation Arts, including more recipes, check out our website at preservefoods.blogspot.com and follow us on Facebook so you get notifications of upcoming articles, videos, and events. And we hope to see you back here for our next virtual canning party.